Welcome, gents. I'm proud to be here making this YouTube video right now. And to get straight into it, I just have to start off by saying, well, this video specifically isn't going to be of the norm in comparison with some of my others. I'll start off by saying this. I mean, there is a great thirst within me to just really give you guys the most authentic version of myself. Not that I particularly haven't been doing that in the past, but I want to make it so conscious that it's something that you guys can view yourself, right? You can see that this is what I'm purposely doing, you understand? So it's not only on my end, but you guys can see it as well, because perspective is everything, right? What I might understand about whatever topic, whatever situation, may be completely different to how you perceive it yourself, you know? And this is something I understand very well. And obviously authenticity is very scarce nowadays, right? We live in a very shiny object, materialistic world. Everyone seems to be, you know, every man for themselves, out to get whatever they can from somewhere else. You go into relationship dynamics, you know, I mean, you don't even need to go that far. You find a lot of, you know, when two people come together, for whatever reason, it can get very hostile. Things go wrong. There's no patience. There's no level of professionalism. Masculinity is at a steep decline, you know? And I think it's special when you come across someone that, and you feel it inside, you get this gut feeling. You know, when you come across someone who is very genuine with you. I've met plenty of people I've shared that feeling with, right? Plenty of people. And I just, as a viewer, I just would like to say this to you as well. And, you know, it might be hard at times, right? Maybe even particularly with people you know. Sometimes you may be hesitant to try and be authentic in a sense that you are more patient with this person, or for example, there's someone in our heads, there's a character in our heads that we want to be like, that we want to perform and act like, okay? And this is essentially our best selves. Every single day you tone that person down. That person wants to be free and just enjoy and just make the most out of life, right? And trust me, that is where your true freedom does come from. And this is why I like turning on the camera, because I feel as though this gives me an opportunity to truly, first of all, I can talk uninterrupted and know that what I'm saying is being heard, and the listener, the audience, can actually listen, right? But yeah, the ability to just be who you are supposed to be in your mind, right? I think that's very special, and people will admire that within you, you know? But again, I mean, if you look through my channel, my account, right, you'll see my most recent video was posted how long now? It's been more than a week, I'm sure. And it was like a raw talk, right? Slightly similar to this. But that's just part of me. Again, like I just started the video off explaining, is just I understand the importance of showing you that I understand the importance of being authentic, right? So here we are. you know. I would show you my setup, but I've got everything so perfectly laid out, right? I'm not trying to mess about with too many things right now. But yeah, I'm sure you can hear the fireworks outside. People celebrating. Today is the 5th of November. And it's bonfire night. You know, a day to celebrate Guy Fawkes. You know, he was the man behind the gunpowder plot. You know, these are things. See, growing up British, right? And I get chills and goosebumps. I haven't even said it yet, but I love this country. I love this country. And it saddens me at times, you know. And I've just veered off into that because, well, I mean, I've grown up. I was taught in school about this gunpowder plot, right, and Guy Fawkes and names like that, and I feel as though what it means to be British, the values, the culture, it's dying out. Some could say it's already gone, and it was gone long ago. I would really hope for that not to be the case, but reality is reality, you know. But yeah, I don't know exactly. That's what I'm saying, though. I was very young. I don't know exactly what they're celebrating. Is it a sort of memorial thing, or are we celebrating that he wasn't successful? Guy Fawkes, you know, what are we? Right? It's been a while. But yeah, moving on swiftly. I mean, yesterday was my birthday, right? Today I turned 20, and yeah, it's one of those ones, isn't it? Right? It's one of those ones. Now, I already naturally do a lot of thinking, right? But up until this point, I'm 20 years of age now, right? So I'm just putting everything into retrospect. The clock never stops ticking, you know. But I'm proud. I don't know why this would turn off, because it is what it is, right? Humble beginnings, you know. I don't have a, what do you call it, a backlight. I don't have one yet. Anyway, and I've done well to, and I will say, raise myself. The amount of education, trials, having to go and do things, put my feet into that water, walk until it starts to get a bit more shallow, keep on walking. Now we're knee high, keep going. Now we're reaching our waist. Okay, and now we're having to use our arms to help us wade through the water, right? I've done a lot of personal work to improve my own life, to do things that will separate me from the masses, from people my age mates. Now, obviously, this comes with many pros, so many pros that, in fact, I would say they outweigh the cons, and you should never worry about the cons when on this journey of self-development, right? But I've always been a person that is never satisfied. If those get too loud, by the way, I'm gonna have to close the window. But I've grown up a perfectionist. Okay, if I've got something that I want to be done in this way, I want it to be done in this way. Okay, Growing up in school, I was gifted, creativity wise. And a lot of people watching this, perhaps you've known me for a long time, perhaps you've even been to the same primary schools as me. And honestly, if you have been, then you share a special place in my heart. Truly you do. That's one thing about me, is I love very hard. The people who I care about, you know, you may not understand, and I may not be able to show you it with the same sort of level of intensity and deepness, because of, obviously, it's like putting all your eggs in one basket. You know, you want to protect yourself as well, right? But those that I care about, I do care about truly very, very much, right? But you'll know that growing up, when anything creativity wise, I was there, I was gifted, I was the best, right? But yeah, like I said, obviously I see myself as a perfectionist. Yeah, and obviously being a perfectionist can be good as well as it can be bad. It's a slight double-edged sword, right? For example, I mean, if you're a perfectionist and you want things to be done exactly this way, 1 + 1 must equal 2, and there's no other thing it can equal. And if it will equal something else, then we're not doing 1 + 1. We're not going with that option. Depending on how dark, deep and serious you are with it, you might not choose to go and do 2 + 2 instead. You have to do 1 + 1 until the outcome is 2. Life is, obviously there's different perspectives and you want to throw in some other factors, but life is never so linear. It's never binary. It's never just on or off, this way or that way, no. Right? You won't always get your desired outcome in life all the time. It will not always go to plan. And even though, you know, there are many gifted people in society, and you'll never ever ever see them living out their true passion, and that's naturally because of they haven't mastered what it means to know what's going on up here, and knowing that even though you might not have the perfect environment to carry out your mission, your idea, your passion right now, it doesn't matter. You should still go ahead with it and use what you have. You understand? You will never have a perfect time. There's never the perfect time to do anything. There's the best time, but there's never the perfect environment. And that best time is now. You know, and now obviously I spoke about being 20 and doing a lot of thinking, and no matter what, the best thing you can do is improve yourself. You understand? Find out what you enjoy, go on different experiences, learn things, learn about the world. I've been doing a lot of self-education on finances. See, this is something I've never been taught about growing up. I mean, my parents, as a child, my parents told me I was great with money. Every time I got money, I was very reluctant to immediately go and spend it and give it to someone else, right? Because that's how I view spending money, is I'm giving someone else money. Now, obviously, it may have come from hard work, it may have come from a gift. Someone obviously gave me money. Here you go, Michael, you're a star. Here's £20. Oh, thank you. You know, I know some people would be in a hurry to go and spend that in, you know, the crazy, horrid ways you can spend money. I was not one of them. From the age of around, I must have been 12 years old, 11, 12, very young, I told myself, you know what, from this day, I will never eat sweets again. I've never broken that promise, not once. I've never eaten a sweet since then. I'm just saying that because, I mean, a lot of young people, when they get money, you're probably a victim of this. You know, you got some money, maybe some leftover money from school, and you're walking home, oh, corner shop. This is something that everybody my age does, is go to the corner shop after school and goes and buy some snacks. You'll buy sweets, won't you? Doesn't benefit you in any way. In fact, the amount of money that you spent in these corner shops, if you had it now, it'd be a pretty grand sum of money. Now, I'm not saying I have this amount of money, like I was saving as a young boy, you know. I wasn't. And I was buying things from the corner shop. I was buying chocolate and things of that nature. Not sweets though, because obviously I don't regard chocolate and sweets as the same. If you do, then I don't know, bro. I don't know what to tell you. You're wrong. Chocolate and sweets are very different. And obviously I'm not here to talk about chocolate and sweet. But regardless, right? Are you able to make promises within yourself? Regardless, I mean, you should understand the importance of being able to do that. You know? But yeah. Today was, I mean, yesterday even was probably the most stressful day of maybe the year. I mean, I can't remember anything off the top of my head. I mean, there's a couple of things, but I know yesterday was my birthday, right? So then, Michael, how was your birthday your most stressful day? And it's actually a recurring theme. Every single birthday not every single birthday, but I've had quite a large number of birthdays where up here, I've not been at rest. Something's nagging me, or I'm annoyed, something's angered me, or I'm just stressed. Yesterday, I won't go into why in this video because it's getting on a bit, isn't it? But, and today as well, I've just come back from just sort of caring for my younger sister and my grandma, you know, providing them meals, food, dropping her off to school, picking her up and everything. I've done a lot of cleaning today, right? I'm the eldest child in my household. Some of you will not know anything about that, right? But I have responsibilities. And I mean, thankfully, my ability to just learn so many skills and understand time management, I'm able to do what I do, what you see me do, whilst also managing all this as well. Okay, it gets hard at times, right? But I've helped teach you guys how to manage stress and things of that nature, and that's what actually helps me stay so level-headed. I have my people who are very close to me, my close network, right, and whom I speak to, and I let out my my situation. I lay it out and I tell them, look, this is what's going on, bro, and it's not cool, blah blah blah. Hey, if you were in there, right, I can really blow off steam, but I know how to regain that level of just, I wanted to say trance, but it's not a trance, but you know, just to be level-headed and stoic and understand, okay, I'm going through a tough situation, a rough patch, but I will stay grounded in who I am and understand this is nothing more than a situation that will pass. It's not a permanent time I'm in, and I definitely will not allow myself to allow this situation to then go and have permanent impacts on my life. You see, a lot of you do go through things, but it's the way you go through these things that matter. You understand? So, I mean, after doing all that, I was going to go to the gym, and by was, I mean, I woke up and I said today would be a good day to go to the gym. However, things come up as they do. I still did, and I probably actually, you know what? Because I stopped in order to do and handle the things I had to take care of, and also because, well, if I do so much home workouts, then I won't have the energy. If you fatigue before your workout and then you go to the gym, you're not gonna have the energy to perform well. Your maximum output will be very low. You can risk injury. So I wasn't trying to deal with that. But I will perform some sit-ups, some push-ups, everything required now after this video, maybe after doing some other work as well. I'll get onto that towards the end of this video as well, what I've been up to. But yeah, the amount of Hinge notifications that I've been getting. Really quickly though, I just want to talk about like digital IDs and politics, just very slightly though, because again, I can get on talking about this. Maybe there will be videos in future where I do, but tell you what, these digital IDs, it's just a form of control, isn't it? I mean, to put it shortly, the PM, I won't use his name yet, said, well, we're introducing digital IDs so that those who are working illegally, right, they have jobs that pay them cash in hand or through other means, and they're still getting paid for these jobs. They're trying to use digital IDs to put a stop to that. Okay, so that this ID would be required as a form of verification, identification, that you're allowed to not only be, well, I was going to say be in the country. I don't think that's the case, but it's most definitely required in order for you to work. You understand? Now there's everyone in the country saying, but Keir Starmer, we already have NI numbers. We already have passports. We have all these statements, all these things that profess this is who I am. What need of a digital? We're already sick and tired of how digitalized everything is, and in terms of just how it's ruining our kids, things of this. And you want to bring us digital IDs. Let's just say today's Monday, and Yusuf is here illegally and he's working, right? But he's working at a job that pays him cash in hand. Monday. Tuesday, digital IDs are in full effect, broadcasted, breaking news. Everyone is probably civil war at this point. Let's pretend it's not, just for the case of this scenario. Wednesday comes around. Yusuf, are you coming in today? Oh yes, boss, I'll be there. Turns up to work, does whatever he did for the work, right? End of the day, meets his boss. Hey Yusuf, here's your money. Have a nice day. Goes back home. Nothing changes. What is a digital ID really going to do for these people? There will always be things shady, things that go on behind the scenes that are not registered, that are not monitored, because you can't really monitor everything. That's what they're pushing towards, right? But can we really trust their enforcement of that? Can we really trust that they want our best interest, that we're in their best interest? No, we can't, because time and time again we've been well, they've been proved wrong. We've been shown that we can't always trust what the government want for us. We can't always trust what the government want for us. Because yes, the government does have a government. You know, check out the window just in case there ain't no sniper. You know what I mean, bro? You know, but hey, you know, let me just take it down a notch though, you know? But yeah, times have changed. But yeah, you know, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here in the middle of it all. I'm happy to be able to talk about it, living right in the center of everything. But yeah, it can be hard, but there's always good you can make of every situation, right? And on a positive note that we've just brought up, I've been working very diligently. I've been working very hard on something that I will bring to you guys very soon. Okay, something that, because I obviously am very passionate about this self-improvement mission, what it means to improve oneself, not only physically but mentally as well, right? I understand the importance of being a good social character, having charisma, having confidence within yourself. Now obviously confidence is built by providing evidence, okay, of who you are, of what you do, right? Those fireworks are, right? I understand the importance of being able to attract women, you know? Like if you look like, I don't know about you, but it takes work. It's not easy, especially in today's day and age. There are so many reasons why one may shy away from trying to be successful with women, okay? But hey, people like me, I love the game. I love what it means to interact with women on a basic and a more intimate level, sort of, right? Because it really does range. To become smarter, use better vocabulary. Sometimes I may say words that you don't understand. That's fine. That's you should be happy. I would wish that everyone I spoke to spoke so eloquently into a level that exceeds my own understanding. Sorry, sir. Could you repeat that word? What does that mean? You understand? You learn more speaking to smarter individuals. Obviously, you should aspire to try and be smarter yourself. Hey, Michael Jackson said it himself. If you want to see or make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. You understand? Say what you like about him. You already know where we stand. You know, he's part of the Michaels, so yeah. But yeah, even physique as well, you know, it's a very, very, very huge thing. I think the ability to work on your physique is it's a beautiful thing. You know, it's very beautiful. You know, looking after your body is a truly remarkable thing. It's something that when you walk into a room, everyone instantly looks at you with a certain level of respect and understanding that this person has put in so much time to refine what it means to have a good physique. He respects himself so highly to the point that he understands, you know what, to be a respectable individual means to respect others. And by me respecting my own body, it shows that I care about how other people perceive me and look at me. You know, it's a mutual thing, believe it or not. Taking care of yourself means that you care, you understand that, you know what, if I look after my body, I know that other people will find it pleasant to be around me. You understand? I mean, Socrates said it himself. He said, I'm sorry, I have to deal with that. I'm closing that window, boys. Yeah, as I was saying, Socrates himself said it. No man has the right to be an amateur in the matter of physical training. and said, "What a disgrace it is for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength of which his body." Again, humble beginnings, right? My phone just cut the video because of low storage. It is what it is. We continue, we do what we have to do, right? But yeah, I really resonate with that quote. You know, I believe Socrates to be a remarkable figure. You know, he's taught me so much, to be honest. So many ways that I've been able to implement my own life, right? Into my own life. But yeah. Yeah, the thing I've been working on, right? I'm just trying to keep a certain level of mysterious, right? A mysterious vibe to it. Don't want to give off too much, right? Where's the excitement? Where's the fun in that? But you'll see when it gets released, you'll know. And I'm sure so many of you will make use of it, because I'm really, it is my passion to help as many of you as possible, right? And the ways that I've helped myself, I know that there will be so many more. Obviously, as time goes on, things seem to just naturally be getting worse, but I know the things that I struggled with growing up, so many of you will relate to that, and I just want to be able to do my part, understand? But with that being said, I've truly enjoyed making this, and yeah, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Please subscribe. I also love reading comments, and I'm gonna leave you off with my own quote, which is just to simply speak once and listen twice, and I will speak soon, gentlemen.